This person is very determined to have more experiences with you. This is somebody that is very addicted to your energy at this particular point in time. They are leaning in closer. They can't look away. They are absolutely mesmerized by you. There's something very unique about the way in which you carry yourself through the world, the way you present yourself, the energy that you hold within that radiates out, that it feels like has really captivated them. It captivates a lot of people, but this is somebody that is trying to like strategize how to get closer to you, how to get up close and personal, how to kind of present themselves as a viable option for you romantically. So this is not somebody that just wants to like come in and be your friend and see where things lead to. This is somebody that's like, I want to come forth in a bold and determined way to make those intentions known that I would like to explore romance. The Knight of Wands, this is a fiery energy. This is a passionate energy. You have stirred something within this person. You have awakened the beast inside of them. And there's a sense that now that they have their sights set on you, no one else will do. This is somebody, it feels like, that is gearing up for the anticipation. If there is competition, if you have other suitors or other people that you're talking to, or you're just in a time in your life where you're like, I'm just keeping my options open until somebody, is very clear and very direct about their intentions with me. I belong to myself and nobody else. And so this person kind of like doesn't know exactly sort of what, if anything, they are up against, how hard of a battle it will be to kind of win you over, win your heart, win your trust. But this is somebody that it feels like is willing to go the distance. They're willing to put in a lot of effort and a lot of work in order to very patiently sort of earn your trust, but then also present you with some very compelling or very interesting shows of affection, demonstrations of their capacity for passion, their attentiveness as a lover and as a person, so that your sights become exclusively set on them. So in this way they kind of weed out the competition, because their star, their energy is shining brighter than anybody else that may be trying to kind of win you over or win your heart. Yeah, we got the Nine of Wands. So this is somebody that is willing to fight your fears, whether that requires patience, kind of a long game strategy, or something where, you might need kind of like quick demonstrations, quick shows of affection. You need somebody to move at a very rapid pace, because maybe you've kind of closed out a cycle of just sort of holding space for people, or prolonged, talking stages, prolonged situationships, that you're kind of like, yeah, things take time to develop and grow, but I don't have all day to sort of sit around for somebody to, figure out what they want, or to stop playing coy, or, to just really get down to the business of proving to me that they want a substantial and important role in my life. So this is somebody, it feels like, that again is willing to fight through any doubts on your part. This is somebody that is not listening at all to the voice of fear within them that may be encouraging them to hold back, or wounds as far as romance are concerned from their previous experiences. They're not letting those ghosts of the past interfere with a deep desire to come in and stand by your side as that like right partner, that right match, that person that can fight with you to create a different experience of partnership in a very fulfilling, respectful, and mutually beneficial and pleasing way than either of you have experienced or had the lack of experience in other circumstances with other people that you've been involved with in the past. Yeah, we've got Judgment. So this person has heard the call loud and clear inside of themselves. They've seen the signs. All the indicators are pointing to you as the person that they are wanting to move forth towards in a very exclusive manner. This is somebody that, if they're anticipating that you might have options, maybe they just see you as somebody that's like very attractive, or your energy is very attractive. And so they're just kind of assuming like, yeah, I'm probably not the only game in town. Certainly somebody like you would would have your pick of the litter. You'd have your options. You're probably not starving for connection or starving for attention. And so this is something where, they kind of like know their place in that sense, of not just assuming or coming forth in like an ego-based energy to think sort of like, okay, there's only me and there's nothing else, and I'm the prize, and of course you would chase me. This is somebody, it feels like, that understands and knows that they need to come forth to you in a place of like true emotional readiness, that if the chemistry between you is right, if the circumstances are right, if you choose to open up your life and your heart to this person, this is somebody that is prepared to go all in with you. So if they had other people that were kind of like on the back burner, or other people that they were like crushing on, other people that they were talking to, other little situationships, this is somebody that has like closed those things out, and they have been standing in a space of stillness where it's kind of like the dust has settled from those other circumstances that they've shut the door to, so that they're not coming in with a lot of baggage. They're not bringing in kind of an energy that is spread thin in many different directions, but it's something where, it's kind of that lump sum payment of all that they have, everything that it is possible for them to give emotionally. There's a readiness that they are feeling that they need to kind of reach within, and is sort of the right internal approach that they need to have before they kind of make this announcement to you. They confess, this desire, this interest, or they present themselves as a romantic option. It's the sense of, I need to be willing to give my heart to you totally if that is something that you desire. So there's a lot of courage that this person is bringing forth here. This is somebody that in the past, if they had kind of like an avoidant attachment style, and they know that about themselves, this is something where it's like, I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm not going to let myself self-sabotage in this situation, because they see you as kind of like a diamond amidst like a shoreline of just ordinary pebbles. You are somebody that stands out from the crowd. You are somebody that is unlike anyone that they have ever met before. And so they see this as an opportunity to begin a very beautiful experience in love and partnership, but they also understand that it's something where they can't come in with like half efforts. They can't come in with uncertainty. They can't come in with a lot of fear sitting right up at the surface of themselves, or a sense of almost like, I'm going to try to control the outcome of this circumstance by withholding a lot of myself emotionally speaking. This is somebody that, again, is like they understand, they see, they recognize something within your energy, how you carry yourself, or even kind of like higher internal guidance that says, hey, if you want this person, if you want to kind of, be a potential candidate, for their significant other, then you have to be willing to go to lengths and extremes emotionally and romantically that, might border on the uncomfortable, or might be something that, is not usually sort of required, or they don't kind of like recommend to themselves in other circumstances or with other people that they've been interested in or that they've encountered previously, but you're someone that is very different. So again, this is kind of like they're building up that full sort of stamina and strength to present themselves to you with a willingness to, go the distance, go the extra mile in order to be able to, sort of prove to you that if you open up to them, if you like them, if you allow them to, share with you kind of what they're capable of, romantically speaking, or, in the interest of love or in the pursuit of love, that it's something that won't disappoint. It's something that there is a depth and capacity to this person in terms of like how they are capable of loving, that they feel would be very satisfying for you. And so this is something where they're opening all those doors of restriction inside of themselves so that, whatever happens between the two of you can lead to something hopefully very deep and lasting and emotionally satisfying for the two of you. We've got the Two of Wands, so they definitely have been strategizing their move towards you, looking at you from afar, looking at social media, kind of weighing their options, it feels like, of sort of like, what's the right moment? What's the right approach? What's the right thing to say? If they've like seen you out and about, even if they've like seen you out with other people, they may have even sort of taken a time to pause, and they've sort of wrestled with a fear inside, like, was that guy's just a friend, or is that someone that she's seeing? Like, is this person single? Are they wearing a wedding ring? Are they engaged? Do they have a significant other? It's like all these different sort of thoughts have rolled through this person's mind, and they have vanquished each of those fears that has caused them to sort of hold back or hesitate up to this point in time. So now they are in this position of kind of like, okay, it's go time. It's I've listened to, you know, my inner critic that is telling me the timing is not right, or you know, that there are too many like unknowns, too many different factors or variables that might make it, you know, unsafe emotionally speaking, or in terms of, you know, somebody that may have like a pattern in the past of like an avoidant attachment style. Like they've given enough kind of space for that aspect of themselves to create this stance of almost like a secret admirer, just holding on to this kind of crush energy within. And now they are at the point of kind of like enough is enough as far as that's concerned. And this is somebody that wants to take those steps forward, wants to take that leap of faith, wants to, you know, just throw caution to the wind, put themselves out there and see what happens. We've got the Four of Wands. So they definitely see you as someone who's very yummy. The idea of kind of like getting to know you on a personal level, the mystery of that, and kind of like if you present so wonderfully on the surface, what must you be like behind closed doors? What's behind the curtain? What are these deeper layers of you that people who have like earned the right to access your softness have gotten the privilege of experiencing in the past? This person almost, you know, again, like wants to put in the work to earn your trust, to earn a place in your life, to prove that they are not someone that's just coming in with like an indecisive energy or wanting to waste your time. They bring a lot of stability with that Four of Wands. You know, that this is somebody that feels like if you would have them in that way, if you would give them the opportunity to, you know, really showcase all that they are, you know, or to present themselves to you as somebody that would be a wise investment as far as, you know, trusting kind of the path that they want to lead you upon as far as romance is concerned. There's a sense of almost like that would be sort of the privilege of a lifetime. You know, they see you as somebody that has the potential to be a person to build a very happy life with, but they're also very much in the reality of like, there's so much that I don't know about you. There's so much that is still just in this realm of kind of theory or fantasy, and I can't just keep sitting on the sidelines and kind of letting that what if and that potential build up into something huge. Like I need to move forward. I need to see for myself. I need to experience this directly or firsthand, because if you are that happily ever after, if you are that wish fulfillment, if we can build something really great with one another, then that doesn't happen just sort of like sitting and contemplating things. This person in the past, even with that avoidant attachment style, that energy coming through here, they might have missed out on opportunities, had a lot of regrets in the past because they waited too long and like somebody else came along and did what they weren't willing to do, or what they were too kind of like scared to do, or they were sort of, you know, just kind of moving at a very slow pace, and someone they were interested in, or someone that they were dating, or maybe even an ex they wanted to reconcile with. It's like someone came in and said all the right things, did all the right things, was very certain, moved at a very brisk pace, or with a lot of consistency and certainty, and so they missed out on the potential for other circumstances. That is a lesson that has hit home with this person, and so it feels like that is something that they have learned on more than one occasion, that, you know, hesitation and taking one's time, it can often lead to like missing the mark entirely, missing the boat entirely. And so this is something where it feels like this person almost feels like, okay, I've given myself enough of an opportunity to kind of, again, like give some voice to those fears within, or just the sense of like, you know, when they encountered you and it took time to kind of stir up feelings, stir up this interest, kind of build this confidence, and the sense of like, yeah, I want to move forward towards this person, I want to explore this outwardly. But they're also thinking back on like times in the past where they had that sort of internal nudge to do something, to say something, you know, to create conversation, make those intentions known, take bold steps forward in the direction of romance or in the pursuit of love, and they hesitated and missed out. And so there's a sense of almost kind of like being at the threshold of the precipice, it feels like, of being able to like break a karmic cycle for themselves. It's like in this situation with you, they have the ability to kind of do things in this situation that they always regretted not doing in the past, or they always kind of were left with this sort of lingering what if. Would circumstances have been different with other people if I had been more proactive, if I had been more, you know, confident, if I had sort of felt the fear and moved forward anyway? So with you, it's kind of almost like this person's sort of heartbreaks or the mistakes of the past are stepping stones, in a very beneficial way, that are encouraging them to kind of give it their all, you know, not listen to kind of those voices of fear within that may be sort of causing hesitation, or, you know, would incline them to just sort of sit and ponder things. So this is somebody, it feels like, that just wants to kind of burst into your life at this particular point in time. They want to bring forth that like fiery energy of certainty, like, hey, I'm interested in you. You want to get to know one another. Hey, do you want to meet up sometime? Do you want to go out for drinks? Do you want to go out for coffee? Do you want to go out for lunch? This is somebody that doesn't want to tiptoe around the obvious. They're feeling like the direct approach, something that you can really understand, like their intentions very early on, that's like the best strategy in this situation. And it feels like it's from that perspective that they are hoping to explore things with you, hoping that you'll like them, hoping that you have, if you have other options, that, you know, quickly they will outshine those other individuals, and you as well will kind of only have eyes for them as they have for you at this particular point in time. And then there's a lot of anticipation of sort of like, I feel this instinct or this inclination that like things could be really beautiful between the two of us, but I understand that I have to take steps forward to you in order to create material experiences to know if that is just fantasy or if that has some kind of like basis in reality for us. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.